Okay. Wow, we're live so quickly. So welcome everybody. Let me send this out. Okay. And welcome to, okay, there we go. Okay, welcome. And another installment of Coming Into Being. So here we are. This is a spa time, coming into being, taking that time to be in that place of just being. And because that's, in some ways for me, that's the most magical place that we can be. Hello, Diana. Welcome back. Good to see you again. So let's just take a nice deep breath in as we all settle in to this space. I'm going to quickly read my little disclaimer as I pull it up. And today is April 21st, 2021. Sorry. My name is Marianne Carduner with unboundedandfree.com. I'm not a medical doctor or therapist, and I don't diagnose, prescribe, or heal. I can scan you for your frequency and energy patterning and tell you what I see. And otherwise, please consult a doctor or therapist for professional advice. And all content is protected by copyright, and you may not use this content in any shape or form without my written permission. So thank you. And Melinda is here. Yay, Belinda, welcome. And I think last time I don't know what happened with the time, but it was one of these time days where time is just like what's in here and what's actually happening is not not coordinated, not quite lined up as the brain is resetting. So, but let's reset to that state of being. And so everybody can just take a deep breath in and just come into that alignment with yourself. And take a deep breath. And on the next exhale, what I want you to do is breathe all the way out and push all the air out completely out of your lungs. And just let the next breath come in by itself, which it would automatically do and kick in for you. So, and then coming back to that normal breathing. Yeah. Clearing out the day, clearing out the morning, clearing out the afternoon, whatever time frame we're in, what time zone we're in. And really letting yourself just settle in to present time, present moment, present now. So noticing your space around you. Looking around, picking an object, looking at the object, noticing the object, noticing the space between you and the object. So just take a moment to just kind of tune into the space between you and that object. Notice how that slows your mind down already. And then moving that awareness into your body, even as you're looking at that physical object. So you become aware of your body. And I don't know about you, but what happens when I start noticing, it almost feels like that space starts to become dense somehow, because our mind slows down and a lot more information is consciously registered when we slow that mental mind down. So do that some more. Do that with some more objects. And it could be the ceiling, it could be the walls, it could be the door, it could be just your computer, whatever, your phone, whatever you're on here for this. So again, notice the object and just kind of look at the details of the object for a minute. Stay with that for a few seconds. Actually, a minute takes a long time to get through, actually, when you start doing this, slowing down. So already there's one level of just slowing down and coming more into time. And then becoming aware as you look at the object, becoming aware of that space between you and the object. You're looking at the object and you're paying attention to that space. And you might start picking up information already. There's light information that's coming, like for me, from my computer. And kind of just feeling that, see if you can get a sense of that. And then slowly moving through that space between you and the object, then moving into being aware of your body. So it's almost like if the object is here, it's like object, that space, and then feel like pulling in, there can be a sense of just like coming, as you're focusing on that space, of just coming in and coming right into your body. Yeah. And already that just kind of really slows things down to the rate we're supposed to be operating at, that state of being. Then coming into that awareness of your body, the outline of your body. You can start at your head or your feet, doesn't matter, but kind of just the outline. So kind of go down. If you're starting the top of your head, kind of like move your awareness down through those different areas, like you're drawing an outline, or like a mold is being formed by your awareness as you go down through the body and all the way. Just keep going until you're covered the whole body, front and back. Kind of check in on those sides also. Don't want holes in that mold. Yeah, and there you go, coming into even a deeper awareness of the present moment. And kind of becoming aware of that outline. And you might have that visual in your mind of this shape, Makes me think of those shapes my mom had, those molds for making chocolate, like chocolate Santa. And just that mold that you pour the chocolate in. So it's going to be that mold for that yumminess of you, your being. And becoming aware of that. So volume, so it kind of gives a sense of volume of your body in the whole physical environment that you're in. And if you're sitting outside, so that maybe you're sitting, there's a wall behind you or something, sitting in front of a house or in a porch, and then there's a sense of pretty expansive if you're sitting outside in an open environment kind of thing. But even within that environment, there's probably maybe trees or bushes or plants or something. So half and half there, yeah. So let's just sit in that space for a while. We'll see what comes up this week. This is kind of the last time was a kind of a real workout for people, and it was good. It was a good workout. We're gonna just taking this slowly. Okay, noticing some little bit of mental static. Yeah, there we go. So for people, so I'll focus on clearing that up. And what I want you to do is just kind of keep focusing on that outline. Yeah, maybe it's coming, maybe you've been at work or you've been doing something and then you're shifting gears, so that's normal. And as you kind of bring your awareness to that outline, breathe into that. Breathe, just with your awareness there. Kind of breathing into that means your awareness is on the outline of your body or your skin if you want. And it's like you're breathing in, you're pulling that awareness with your breath to that level. Yeah. And that's slowly, so what I see happening, so very nice, because what's happening is that it's like slowly filling you up, filling up that outline, filling up that mold. And releasing everything out the bottom. Yeah, very nice. Okay. Yeah, and there's some other frequencies that are coming through or coming out of people also. Rather, so I'll just keep moving those out and just kind of keep focusing on the breathing and the awareness of that outline of that mold. And today we've got a nice, just quiet calmness that's really present for the group. So that's really nice. And I think some of you might have been on the call earlier. So when we had that pure experience of the pure state there, and that deep calm. So that's kind of coming through here too. So good job for being there and kind of still having some of that in you, more present, more forward. So it's coming through here in this session. And you might notice while you have your awareness on, so I'm just going to call it the mold. It's got the mold of you for today. But kind of run your awareness over that mold and see where there's any like empty spaces or holes where that chocolate would leak out of. And if there is, or maybe some darker spots, or just kind of bring your awareness there and notice your body in that area, your skin in that area. It could be like under the arms. You tend not to go there. We might go front a lot, back, sides not so much, unless we've got a twinge on the side there. Yeah. And just keep moving around and kind of check in areas you don't normally check in, like between your fingertips, or your fingers, the bottoms of your fingers, so the webbing. Feel into that. Feel into your fingernails and the beds of the fingernails. If you don't get a manicure, then you've got kind of those little skins that kind of cover a little bit of the nail there. Some of you might have ridges in your nails. Antoinette, hello, welcome. Hope you're doing well with your recovering from the surgery there. Thanks for joining us. So we're just in that being state. So getting people to focus. I'm not sure when you jumped in. Oh, pretty soon. So we're just imagining. So just kind of take a deep breath, and I'll catch you up as everybody keeps focusing on their little mold. But coming into that deep connection with yourself. Notice your body and your environment, your physical environment. So having a sense of how much volume your body takes up in your environment. Yeah. And it might feel like a squeeze in, when we're have a tendency to, a lot of people do that, but when we have tendency to be further out from our bodies, when we really kind of bring our focus into your body, sometimes it can feel like kind of like really squeezing in. So let's do that right now, because that is a good kind of cleansing process to really clear out things that don't need, frequencies and energies that don't need to be there, or don't need to be there any longer. Also, yeah, there we go. So that's releasing a lot. It seems like out of your lower back there, Tony. So good. And yeah, and yeah, kind of getting you a little bit more grounded, a little bit more down into the lower body there. So good. Yeah, and so the mold thing is this imagery of a mold. It's like it's bringing your awareness to either start with the top of your head or your feet, bottom or your, and then just bring your awareness to that outline of your body. So maybe your skin. So the skin is that level, and going through top to bottom through your whole body, top to bottom, front, sides, and with you bringing your awareness there. So it's like kind of creating this mold. Yeah, and Melinda also, I'm going to work a little bit on you. I see there's just clearing out, just going through some deep clearing, because when we do this, when we bring our awareness to our bodies, we just go into really pushing more out, and so you've got some good deep cleaning going on there for you. Yeah. So good. Everybody's moving along really, really well here. And as we go into that deeper space, again, noticing that calm. There's just this quietness that's really filling up the space that we're in here. It's interesting because it's very still, but it also feels very full and very active, actually. So when we really come into being, into ourselves and into the present moment in time, and just keep working as I'm talking of kind of creating that mold. And so first, Tony, like going through your whole body, and then coming back and just seeing where there's some empty spaces. Hey, Kayla's here too. Hello. Stuff in my throat space. Okay, let's yeah, you've got some clearing. You're opening up to your voice a lot. So there's a lot of stuff, so going deeper in with that. Yeah. So that's good. So anywhere you're noticing those holes in your mold, kind of bringing your awareness there to your body, to the skin in that area, to kind of patch up the mold and make it whole. Yeah, so I'll work on that for you, Kayla. There's well, it's kind of like fear, but it's a mixture of emotions, like fear, holding back, sad, getting upset, not sad, but if something happened that got you upset. Maybe around 8, 12 years old. Kind of makes me think of the gym class and the mean teacher, the mean gym class teacher. So not having been able in the moment to let that out, and then it got stuck in there because you kind of, that came up and then you just kind of kept moving. So, oh yeah, there you go. So it's funny how little things like that will come up. Yes, lol, yeah. Little things like that will come up, and it's just an instant, and yet it has so much impact on us. Feel it more in my right side. Yeah. So keep working on that mold as I'm talking. I'll just go through and kind of check in on people and work through. Hilaria, hello, everybody. Stuff my cervical area. Would appreciate if you can work on that for me. Yes, okay, I'll check in a moment. So Hilaria, everybody's just kind of coming into being as I'm talking, working on people. Everybody's real solid here. This is great. Good group here. Good group going. Just come into present time. Do the spatial location, the GPS thing with your body, your space, and then start working with going from either top to bottom or bottom to top, and bringing your awareness to that skin level, everything that's every area of your body, sides, fronts, armpits. Have a tendency not to just kind of go over there because that's not a big area. You know, usually we don't usually get that muscle tightness in the armpit. Not that it can't happen, but so those little areas sometimes like that, we don't really think about it. That juncture between the legs and the butt, you know, where the legs come into the torso. Tend not to think about certain areas like that, just not predominant in our awareness unless we've got some pain there. The little skin on the toenails also. Beachy, I'm feeling on my left side and the throat, just opposite of Kayla. That's cute, yes. So good, we've got a little mirror going on there. That's great. Okay, I'll check in with you guys in a minute, just getting everybody set up here. And just kind of keep going and so it's sort of like you're forming this mold, and mold that will get filled up with the lovely flavor of your essence instead of chocolate. I bring up chocolate because it just reminds me of these chocolate molds my mom had for making chocolate Santas. And just kind of keep taking a deep breath and bringing your awareness, slowing down. So this is a really nice, nice kind of workshop atmosphere here. Everybody's really getting into it. All right, let's see. So Kayla, yeah, there's more. It's almost like I would call it overstructured piece in your neck. I'm seeing it on the back side more than the front. So let's shift that for you. Yeah, that goes back to childhood. There's more childhood stuff that's coming up here. Or I'm seeing that little girl there. Yeah, about 8 is somewhere in there. Just, it's like you were this kind of, you had a lot of gentleness, it's softness, delicateness, and that might not have shown too much. Maybe a little bit more mental, and that not showing through as much, but that was the part of you that kind of got hurt when people said something, and it might, being a side comment or something, and you kind of like, you felt that. So that had a way of controlling you and your behavior because of holding back, because it's like, well, you feel that, and it's like, no, I don't want to go there. So, because that's really just coming out of your neck there. So a lot of neck stuff too today, cervicals. I'll check in on Ilaria and BG in a minute, but yeah. So that happens, that happens when we have these group things where all of a sudden everybody's kind of got the same thing, or several people in the group. So yeah, a lot of expression thing coming up. And so it doesn't have to be voiced expression. It's just that expression, that bigger expression of self, just being held in, just being. BG, I have the sense there's just stuff around what's coming up in my mind is like angry discussion with like mom kind of thing, and just kind of being stubborn about it, and there, and it's not a bad thing, but this kind of tension there. So it's there's a sense of, it's like you're kind of expressing yourself, but you're really holding back what you want to express, and what's being expressed at the surface is more kind of on the stern and stubborn side, and inside there was more hurting. I don't know if that makes sense. You can, you guys are welcome to comment back, and if I'm not seeing it quite right, yeah, just let me know. That's but just, it's actually this hurt that's going down into the chest area. So let's open that up. Let's clear that up, and I'll get to you in a minute, Ilaria. I haven't forgotten you. Been irritated by her working on it. Okay, so I'm not quite sure I understand. Been irritated by her working on it. Who's her and working on it? The throat. So I'm not really clear on what you're. So please comment in more and let me know what I'm not understanding there, what you're saying. So just let's open up that throat, that expression for everybody. Let's gonna work on that for the whole group here. And anybody who's new, I kind of jerk around as the energy is shifting or expanding or all that. Yeah. So yeah, got a lot of tightness around that expression of self. So that's actually going down into the whole body kind of thing. Just having been a little too contained in that expressing of self, whether it's holding back, whether it's restricted, whether it's, hi, Michelle. Yeah, nice to see you. Thanks for joining in. Oh, okay, thank you. I get irritated by my mom from communication style. Been working on how to. Okay, got it. Yeah. And there's a way. So it's that what's down further down is maybe less the communication, but just that hurt, that sadness, that hurt of in that connection. Yeah. So is. You see anything on my left side, neck, long spine? Okay. Yes. So I'll get to you in a minute, Melinda and Michelle. What we're doing is just, we're really coming into that connection with the physical body. So physical body and physical environment. And then bringing your awareness to your skin and just going through your body. And it's like with your awareness kind of creating a mold. And my eyesight has worsened in the last 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah, eyesight is really interesting stuff because it can connect back to the neck. It can connect to a lot of things. So let's see what comes up here. But right now I'm kind of there's a big shift for the whole group. So I'm kind of working through that, just around expression and just a lot of tightness, and I'm gonna maybe go quiet for a little bit to really focus on that, and just everybody just kind of come into that deeper connection with yourself, because that's that coming into being. And when we've got all this stuff going on, it's really hard to come into our being, and coming into our being more helps us to clear all that out. So some real deep stuff clearing out here. Okay, now I need to jump back up to Ilaria. Okay, wow, really, yeah, this is great because you guys are moving through a lot of stuff, so really deep stuff. Very nice. So it's starting to lighten up, but there's still a lot of density that's shifting through. Yeah, so Ilaria, let's see. Ilaria, what comes to mind is like this, the sort of the little girl, again, a young Ilaria, and just, uh, and I'm just seeing this image of crying. It feels like that's relative to your dad. So maybe your dad just the way he was, and not really being able to have that connection that you wanted to your dad. That's coming through here. Oh. It's like the sense that you loved your dad and you can't connect with him, and he's just, and wanting to connect with your dad so much. As when you were young and not being able to do that, and that kind of broke your heart. Okay, good. Oh, there we go. It's lightening up a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so Melinda, let's see, left one. Yeah, you've got some control stuff going on there in your neck. So let's shift that out. Oh. Let's So that's sort of like deeper entities. Nailed it for me, Marianne. Just had a lot of tears, big release, my throat come through. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, that's good when that comes out. Yeah, Melinda, you've got some deeper stuff. What I see, what it feels like as non-earth stuff, controls pieces coming through. And yeah, it's interesting because I see you looking in front of you and not realizing there's that control stuff in the back. So I'm going to work with that for you. Michelle, I will check in on you too a little bit here. And there we go. Okay, that's starting to shift, Melinda, for you. Okay, yeah, and it's interesting because as that clears off the back, there's kind of this collapse that happens in the front. So I want to just kind of see if I can just realign you a little bit more to like body and essence more. So instead of being like this, they're lined up here. Wow. Okay. So that's bringing up, Melinda, that's bringing up for you just a lot of wow, disconnection. Like you don't belong on Earth. You don't belong on this planet, kind of disconnection feeling, and kind of just shutting down. It's like this collapse and this shutting down. So let's see what I can do with this in this short session here. I feel it loosening. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, it feels like this shutdown, this closing down. But let's just keep shifting that because you've chosen to be here on Earth at this time with a human body. So coming into that, whatever your lineage is off planet, you're here for this experience and for this it's like a study. Almost feels like you're here to study how humans are and by being human and understanding that whole this piece of existence. Kind of interesting. Yeah. And Diane, I can feel you going, what about me? So I'll get to you too. Yeah. Um, so it feels like part of your vision. I don't feel like I have time to really go into this, but it feels like part of the vision thing is connected to that that non-human piece for you, and a deeper clearing that needs to happen around what came through for you before this lifetime. Wow, okay, I just saying that just kind of brought in a bright spot, a bright light in. So a lot of this just kind of opening that happened. So a lot of deep clearing going on. This is amazing. Yeah. Inflammation. Yeah, inflammation. So inflammation when depends what you mean by that, but one thing that comes to mind is that when there's sort of this alchemical process that happens when something is getting cleared out of the body, when we really go into something, and it's like it will create heat. And so inflammation, heat in an area, and it can be very specific. It can be the whole body. It can be, you know, as it clears out, and as if you keep breathing into that, then you'll notice that it clears out. So it could be part of what's going on for you, Melinda. Okay, so D, yes, D, and I see, or Diana. I see your name shows up as D, and then I know it's Diana too. So, you know who I'm talking to, but it's like you're the little kid and the little girl and who's just really quiet and sitting in the back of the classroom kind of thing, and just hoping somebody's going to notice her. So you're here, you're with all of us, we're all here together. And I did see you, I did notice you. So, ooh, yes, there we go. Yeah, you're part of this group. You're not separate. You're not alone. We're all here together. We're all kind of, well, a common term that a lot of people do is misfits, but we're not misfits. You know, we are ourselves, and we're not like a lot of other people around us. So, because we're more aware of all these layers in life, we came in more aware than most people, than a lot of people. And you know, from my experience, is that it's not that people are less aware, but they just block it out completely. They just will not acknowledge it. For all sorts of reasons. Yeah, you're welcome, Melinda. Yeah. And so, Diana, as I'm talking, you know, that's really to just acknowledge you, and you are this wonderful being. And it's sort of like the little girl never really had a sense of that for herself. Maybe there's just too many people around, a big family or whatever, or a lot of people around. And so everybody was just, you kind of had to, you know, be on your own more and run around or take care of younger siblings or something, you know, and it's sort of like, well, what about me? You know, it's like not quite hitting the spot for you. Everybody's too busy and all that. Yeah. So that's clearing up. Yeah, very nice. So, wow, a real deep clearing today. So let's shift out of that and really gotta get everybody move everybody up into a higher spot. There's the huge amount of stuff that I've just seen clearing out of you all. So everybody was ready to let go of it all. All right. So take a nice deep breath in, really coming into that spine, holding it at the top, and then on the next exhale, exhaling all the way out, pushing all the air out of your lungs. Michelle, you're calling. I can see you, so raising your hand. So I will get to you in a minute and take everybody through that. So deep inhale, hold it, couple counts, 2, 3, 5, and then on the next exhale, pushing all the air out of your lungs completely, like you're squeezing your lungs out, and then allowing the next breath to it'll just kick in. Yeah. So, okay, Michelle, let's see, for you, let's get you up going here. Okay. What's going on for you is you've got a lot of, you're welcome, Diana. You've got a lot of stuff that you've been holding on to, and you're trying to figure out, well, should I let this go or should I not let go? And there's a lot, there's a lot of things that basically I'm going to tell you, yeah, just let it go. But there's a lot of stuff, and I know you know that, like intellectually in your mind, you know that, but there's still a part of you that's going, it's like, do I let this go? And there's a lot of loyalty. There's a lot, and loyalty to family, to culture, even to race, quote unquote race. There's an interesting thing around race. I can't remember his name. Carter. He talks a lot. He's got a podcast where he talks a lot about ETs. Ooh, I can't remember his name. And what he says about race is that it was like an imprint. Interestingly enough, kind of like the vaccine, where there was just this stamp that got put on humans, and humans were owned by other beings from other places, and that was a way to indicate which humans belong to who. So slavery has been around for eons across the galaxies. I feel calm internally. Oh, great, BG. Yeah, good. So there's a lot of loyalty. There's a lot of like, well, there's loyalty is coming up. I think there's maybe some other stuff. So it's like, bottom line is those are all experiences. So it's not to have to go, thank you. Thanks for stopping by, Nanette. And yeah, let's catch up soon. I want to hear how you're doing with where you're at. Okay. So bottom line is all of the stuff that we learn to identify ourselves through, whether it's humans, whether it's from a certain area of the world, whether it's a certain class, a certain culture, a certain religion, and not just us, but our whole lineage. Yeah, thank you, Ilaria, for showing up so that I can share my gift with you too. So thank you. All those things are things that we experience, but they're not us. So I bring that up to just help to separate, to just help to loosen that thing of like, well, gosh, this is who I am. It's like, no, that's just an experience. That's just something you've chosen to experience in life. And so we can step away from that. And it's not to deny anything. It's not to push it out. It's not to say it's dumb. It's not to say whatever. It's just an experience. And it's just part of what life has been, what life is about, what being human is about. So we're kind of here, we're all at this showing up at human level, because all of us here are in this lifetime as humans. And some of us have things from off planet is what I call it. I've got that, very strongly. Melinda had, came up with some of that today that showed up for her. But whatever it is, whether it's human or something else, right now we've all chosen to be humans and to experience life as humans. What we really are, the truth of our essence, is what we are at that essence level, at that part of us that's yeah, you're starting to get this, Michelle. You're starting to go, oh, right. What we really are is that deepest aspect, that part of us that basically lives forever. That fragment. So that part of us is a fragment of the pure source, of the purity of existence. And my sense is that the Big Bang, that's what happened. We all kind of go from big source, and we all went in all directions. And the universes and galaxies were created, and all of us. So yes, Michelle, that's starting to sink in. I love it. It's starting to go a little deeper for you. So great. And nice opening there. So we are all, and if you want to use the term divine, divine beings, but I've got to be careful with that word divine because of all the associations we have with that. But that's all right. These deep, pure essence, this deep, pure essence of everybody. Let's really light that. Let's light that up for everybody, because this is where we are at the core. This is coming into our true being, our true nature through this. So let's take a deep breath in and really come into that core of ourselves. And let's just let go of the supposed to. I'm supposed to be this way. Well, I'm this person. I'm this culture. I'm this whatever, fill in the blank. I'm supposed to ... Let's just get rid of that. And let's just come into that purity of being for a moment as we kind of get to the end of this session here. So I'll be a little bit more quiet to bring up those bring us all up to a higher level with that. Yeah, I'm just everybody coming up. So some people are lagging a little bit. That's okay. We're going to bring the whole group up here. Everybody's together. Yeah, there we go. Wow. There's even a deeper stillness. Yeah, good for you, Michelle. A lot of things have been coming up for me this week. Thanks for helping me shift the energy. Yeah. Yeah, good. Thanks. Good for you for showing up. Yeah, much lighter. Yeah, very good. So everybody, I want everybody to notice this lightness of being that's there. That's the coming into being. And every time you come back to this, we might get sidetracked, even as we're all together here in this group, and a mind kind of just goes off somewhere else, and you come back to it. kind of bringing you back up. Yeah, very nice. So think about the supposed to equation that you have running in the back of your mind. A good mother is supposed to, a good daughter is supposed to, a good teacher, whatever. If I'm a good person, I'm supposed to. If I want to be a better parent than my parents were, I'm supposed to, or I need to, I have to, I should. Let go of all those things. Come into yourself. When you notice you have that, come into alignment and just say, no, I'm not supposed to, I don't have to, I don't need to, I need to be myself. This is the one thing, this is the only thing. And then coming from that place of being yourself. Yeah, very nice. Any more questions? I think I got to everybody who said hello on the chat. Everybody got. So if you have any last things coming up, just post. But just feel there's a lot more lightness. There's a lot more calm. There's a lot less trying to figure it out. Yeah. So that's good. And just being present. Yeah, very nice. So let's just really kind of go into that space of being even more deeply. Now we've got all this stuff cleared out. Let's just stay here for a bit longer. And yeah, there's a little bit of, there's more release that's going on, like crying, like some crying, but as a release, it's happening. That happens, that kind of crying with the release, and that will come up with, as you connect in deeper, and it's sort of this like, oh my God, this connection to your essence, to yourself coming in so strongly, and kind of that realization of it's almost like feeling like having been lost and you find yourself. So that crying coming through with that. Yeah. That's what you've been looking for, is this connection to yourself. So feel that strength of that connecting in. And just breathe into it. And the crying is fine. That's just that expression of like, finally. Very nice. Just really allow yourself to come into that with every breath, even more deeply. And even letting go of a little bit more physical tension from holding, for so long to get to this place, even if it's only feels like it's been just that day. That's a long time still. So letting yourself just kind of relax a little bit more into that being. This is what you showed up here for today, yeah. So that coming into being, bringing up all that stuff that's been in the way, or that's coming to the surface because your spirit knows you're going to be showing up here. It's like, okay, let's just bring it to the surface so we can really go in deeper here and connect more deeply. And connecting more deeply is not an end point. It's something that just keeps growing, and you get into more deeply with it. And you keep expanding into that connection and connecting more deeply. And as a result, you grow more in strength and in brilliance for yourself. And there's just that gentleness and that smoothness that's coming through everybody here. Very nice. Beautiful feeling. Yeah, kind of relaxing more into it. I want to say we're almost to that hammock zone that the group was in. I can't remember, a couple sessions back, I think. We're almost there, kind of slowly kind of moving into that. So nice. And relaxing more deeply into that being. Wow, and doesn't that feel refreshing? Really nice. Okay, and for those of you who are new, there's some people that are new here. There's my website, and you can, if you check it out, I've got a nice blog. I think that's pretty good. I've got some interesting posts. And hopefully you'll find them good and interesting too. And then if you want to reach out to me, there's my email, customers@unboundedandfree.com. So I do sessions, various kinds of sessions, one-on-ones and mentoring sessions and property clearance and things like that. So check it out just to know who I am if you're new to me. And wow, nice way to end here, everybody. In that chill zone. And so again, these are first and third Wednesdays of the month at 4 o'clock, unless I mess up on the time. It's at 4 o'clock. And I'm saying that to really reinforce that, because last time I think I messed up, or something got messed up with the time. But so 4 o'clock. And this coming Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook and YouTube Live is Coffee Break Insights with me and Lionel, my work partner. We have a program that we do together called the Pure Life Intensive. So, and we're just doing, these are the Coffee Break Insights, really just short and sweet, 15 minutes. And come in and join in for that. And if you join my emailing list, then you kind of get the updates, the weekly, the week ahead kind of thing. Let's take a deep breath in, because I don't want to finish on just my chatting away about business here. But let's take another deep breath into this being. Yeah, there we go. And relaxing into that. Many thanks for sharing your time. Yes, so I didn't read the word sparing, because I'm not sparing my time. This is my work. So, and I'm glad you appreciate that. But this is the pure expression of my being. This is one of the ways that my spirit, my being, expresses itself. So it's I love sharing this time, and I'm so happy to have people show up because it's a lot more fun. And we do a lot more and we kind of grow together. So thank you for showing up. And thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Beachy, and Kayla. Yeah, very nice. Very nice way to end. So if you're about to go to bed, just I hope that will give you some nice bed, nice sleep time. Good evening, good rest of your day wherever you are. And we'll see you next time. So whenever that is, whenever we connect up again. So take care, everybody.